I would agree, it makes me a little uncomfortable that she's going to individual council members.
Okay, who made the motion from out,
She's gonna be
sorry?
boss.
I did.
Rob.
You did, I second it.
I mean, you approve or disapprove things.
Scott,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Joyce,
Going to individual
Linda?
council
Yes.
members. is a little-
Steve,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Should we collect that person who's hiding in the fire station?
Oh, sorry.
the newspaper lady.
Might be in a truck or something.
Try living it up.
You actually got two popcorn balls. I'm just doing it.
Right.
Are you done babysitting?
Shows us a $1.50.
So somebody's gonna have to
Thank
make
you.
a proposal.
Did they give you a free
They'll see
sample?
if the
They
council
did,
says-
it was really good.
If we don't get enough votes to support anything, we don't do anything.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor then?
For
On the
what?
table?
What motion are you gonna
Well, that's what
put?
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, you gonna put a motion forward?
I'll put the motion to go ahead and get the raise now
For Carolyn.
for Carolyn,
How much of a raise are you talking?
Amount.
12.
So what's she making right now, John?
1061.
So we're gonna, your
It's about a
motion
buck
is
and
to
a half.
give her
$1.40.
$1.39.
Is that also plus the 3%?
3% comes
Then
after
she'll
the
get
first of the
3%
year,
on that,
After
after the first
which
year.
would be 36 cents.
I'll second Joyce's motion.
From my perspective, I'm for the raise, from my perspective, so that's my perspective. Just,
And you can't vote, right, Scott?
I probably can't vote, right, because that's.
Unless there's a tie.
Unless a tie, so
Okay.
tonight I
Joyce?
can't do anything, so.
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Steve,
No.
Bill,
Yes.
Rob,
No,
So. Motion fails then.
Motion carried.
Okay. Let's go back to the old business. House numbers.
It kind of looks like it's gonna be Linda and I and Mike and whoever else we can drag off the street.
Yep, we'll get it done.
We're gonna try to get it done as,
I could probably help a little bit, I'll try.
yeah, well, maybe, this
what did we
sometime.
decide? Are we gonna put it on a pole out front of the house or on the house?
Well, we're gonna stick them on these signs and then.
We'll get the numbers on the sign.
Well, let's get the numbers on the sign, Rob,
And
we're
then
gonna
we'll decide.
I think what we had talked about, put them like, all right, like here's the front of your house.
Here it is.
Yeah,
I gave everybody a copy so you could see what the
I'm
ordinance
sorry.
actually says.
yeah.
I messed up here.
Here's like the front of your house, if you would put it right here. So when they're coming towards you, they can see it right on your, like, yeah, not up on your house,
No.
right here, yeah.
He said he didn't want to see mine. I was
Oh,
gonna hand
okay.
him
Yeah,
mine.
I don't
But you don't,
know if I wanna get into.
What if, like, I've already got
Those
them.
are your internal matters.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yours
that's
is
right,
covered up. You
No.
can't see yours. Coming from my side, you cannot see your house number until you get past your house, Steven. Honest to God, I've looked.
You better check these.
No, I have, you cannot see it coming from my side.
I've seen that.
You,
I don't
I
know,
can see
something's
it
happened
come,
between now
I
and
can
then.
see it coming the
They're
other
on both
way,
sides.
but you've got something blocking it. I could not. I
That was
can't-
probably flowers in the
Is
summer.
that what these faces, right behind, what these faces house, or something, like a,
I think the whole thing's a little ridiculous myself.
cause yours is out here, isn't it?
Yeah, mine's right out by the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Everybody that's
it,
been in this
That
village
telephone-
long
that
enough to be
telephone
on a
pole's there.
volunteer fire department doesn't know where everybody else lives in this town. There's 300 houses.
well, they missed a house. They missed a
You
house.
don't go by names. Because that's been
Well,
done
that's,
show
yeah,
them
that's
at the
privacy,
house.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they can say, here's which one, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
If's the largest word in
Okay.
the English language.
Yeah.
What, Harrison?
Yes.
okay. So Joycey and I'll get,
Yeah.
Davis has said he'd help,
Yeah.
and we'll try and get them done before Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
We'll give everybody a Christmas present.
Right,
send them to them and say, this is kind of where we want to expect to put them, and you guys need
Yeah,
to install them, right?
yeah,
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
okay.
Alex,
Yep.
how about annexation?
Um,
Are you still,
still exists. Remember they had the that staff turnover?
Yeah.
So that was a problem, but I sent all the stuff to the new staff person. So Rachel's her name, she has it, to review the not issue, but I did give Angela a heads up that, basically wanted a re-explanation because it's a new person of why we're doing it and all that sort of stuff, so I gave all that to them. And I told them that we have exhibits A and B, which are the surveys that get hooked to it. I told them we don't have anything to do with that. I just need, as long as this makes sense to you guys, go ahead and sign it. Then I have not heard back, and I don't want to say worried, but I know they're going to ask for the surveys. So I touched base with Angela today about how do I get, or who I have to go to get PDFs of it that I can then just email to them.
Doesn't the engineer up there, isn't he the one?
Well, and that's why I wanted to touch base with her, of who I need to go to grab them.
Make the map thingies. Yeah.
Probably tax man,
Yeah.
Dave.
Because I have to attach the 2 surveys.
yeah, the surveys there, and,
And I know they're done, because I've seen them.
Mhm.
okay, who the hell do I have to do that?
East up.
East Step, that's right, yeah.
Larry's, or,
Kenny? Or not Kenny?
I mean,
Larry?
I think is Larry.
Larry.
Yeah, I think it is.
Michael?
But the good thing I can tell you is the right person is there, has it,
Okay.
and hasn't re-disappeared anywhere. Because they went a little radio silent, but they're back in business. So
Okay.
my hope is that they'll take my explanation and just sign it and send it to me. We won't have any issues. But short of showing up at their door in North Carolina to make them do it,
Yeah, Michael East Step.
you know,
Mike.
Michael, okay.
Okay,
Yeah. His phone number?
Yeah, because then I will go ahead and I'll probably just jump ahead of her and send it to her. Perfect. But the good news is I've got a new person and that person is interacting with me, which is a change.
Next order
In
is,
the past.
did you resolve the issue with Alice Lou channels?
Channels.
for
I don't
property?
I don't have the original thing to report.
Didn't we find it?
Well, we give a copy to you, the ordinance.
No, but the original needs to be what gets recorded.
Actually, Gary thought you were gonna bring something to him, because he already talked to the county, down the county, they said, just bring it in, we'll do it for you. That's what he told me a week ago.
Okay.
So we need to try to get
Let
that
me call.
resolved.
I'll just call Gary then and double check that because my understanding was we had had
Get
it.
a hold of
original.
him, because I think
Do you still have that?
there was
copy?
another
I have the
one
copy.
we had to do, and Eric
Got a
got it.
copy.
Can you give us the number?
Yes.
Yeah,
Copy
okay.
it?
We passed an ordinance that says that all of our records are good.
Yep,
We did that
yeah,
when we were having all them other issues.
Yep.
So that is an original now.
Okay.
yep, you're right.
Okay.
What's
'Cause I
the
don't,
number,
I'm not
the
sure
number
if
of the
you're aware of
comments?
that.
No, we did that some time ago.
It was, what happened was that some of the original records disappeared,
Okay.
and we had to reconstruct all that stuff, and then I presented it to the council, and then we approved, the council approved these as the originals.
Well, then I'll do that. I'll give Gary a buzz tomorrow, and
Okay.
if he's got something magic that will work, great. If not,
You've got that.
You
then
got
we
that.
think we have an ordinance that makes that good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's an ordinance.
Okay.
That's
So
what he did.
maybe if you
before
find
he
that
took a
copy,
of that other ordinance.
Make a copy of that ordinance, that way you can put this with the paper saying that
If
it's all.
he's got a copy of the original, I wasn't able to find it.
No, but the ordinance saying that we.
We can find that too,
Yeah.
but I kinda want a copy.
Yeah, we need a
Yeah.
copy
Well,
of that.
let me just give Gary a buzz tomorrow, and then assuming that it's nothing different than this, I'll just run down when I'm in town on Friday and
Copy right
get it
now.
recorded up.
Yeah.
If that's not a
I'm
big
gonna
deal.
steal it from you now.
Yeah. Okay,
Perfect.
okay,
So
so,
this is the meeting minutes.
yeah, because I don't want you to piss off my neighbors, I want to get that.
No, no, no.
resolved before them come over smacking
She
me.
told us
This is the
that
same
she's
thing.
87 years old and the
So
clock
then
is
we don't have any.
Okay. Well, she can make
She
it
don't want
Friday.
kids left with it.
Oh,
If she
I
makes
tell
it
you what.
Friday. Is
And
that,
Alex, See, you don't want her coming up here and being mad at you.
I won't.
Oh, no.
I'm in town Friday, I can make this
If you
happen.
haven't tangled with any, you need to tangle with her.
I mean, if she don't like you, you ain't going anywhere in this village.
Cause that's all,
This isn't the ordinance. This
that's
is,
not the actual ordinance.
No, that's the
no,
minutes.
this is meeting minutes.
Do we have the actual
But time
ordinance?
out. Time out here, old buddy. Read here.
Okay.
It states everything that needs to be in the ordinance. So we should be able to retype up an ordinance with all the information from the original minutes.
Oh, and just revacate it.
All right, there you go.
Alright.
See, that's why I hire you, so you can.
Dude, I like,
You come up with that fancy revacate.
that's right. We're gonna revacate it. And then we won't even, then. I don't have
And you
to do
didn't even
anything
pass
goofy.
the bar, John. It's like,
I know.
oh, gosh.
I couldn't even jump
No,
over
he
it.
stopped.
Could you go
It'll
under?
make her
Perfect.
very happy.
Good, yeah,
With my
let's get it
roller
done,
skates.
okay? Okay, okay. Okay, the next one, I got an ordinance, 2018-07. This is third reading, and this ordinance is to regulate the rates and charges to be charged and collected and the service to be rendered by Stuart Gas Company, its assessors and assignees for natural gas and natural gas service furnished to the village of Betsville, Ohio, and its inhabitants for the period of January 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2018. That's third reading.
So that's a third and final reading, so I need a
Third-
motion
third
to
and final
adopt
reading.
it.
Make
Yes.
do what, a
A motion
motion?
to adopt.
A motion to adopt, I'll make the motion to adopt.
I'll second it.
Joyce,
Yeah.
Linda,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Okay. So if there's anywhere to sign on that,
So approved. I gotta sign this somewhere?
Probably
probably,
on the
and then
back.
I'll need that back.
On the
You
back,
gotta
right
sign
there.
Gary's name or you?
I guess that's
No,
it.
he signs his name.
I sign my name.
He's-
Signs his name.
He signs his name, he's pro tem now.
So do I put pro temp on
Mayor
here?
pro tem.
In the absence of the mayor, you're the big dog.
Yeah.
You know what that really means,
Serve
don't
two
you?
branches of government at the same
You
time.
get all the work and none of the
Can you
money.
serve two branches of government at the same time? Is that what he's doing?
Tell the
Not
sheriff
as
somebody to
president
check.
of council.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is president of council.
Okay.
So he would take over Gary's job.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
signed.
Oh, right on, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the reason why we pick you every year.
I know. Yeah, cause I'm stupid, you didn't think I would've, yeah.
I didn't bring
Oh,
that far. I'm not here to disagree with you.
Okay,
Yes.
new business, or any other old business I'm forgetting about?
Do you guys wanna say anything to John about Carolyn? Like what he needs to do?
I mean, I'd be willing to come down and just sit in a chair and keep my mouth shut if you wanna talk to her, John.
That would be perfect.
You just tell me when.
We can talk about that after the meeting.
Okay, that's fine.
Probably wouldn't be bad to have
No, you
Oh,
need,
Yeah, witness.
a witness or whatever, just explain what's really going on and.
Right.
Okay.
exactly. And I'm not
No.
saying a word, I'll just sit
Yeah.
here and be quiet and
Okay.
read a book.
Okay, any other old business or anything? Okay, new business, Rita, non-responders. You have anything going on there, or?
Yes, I wanted to let you guys know, I asked Diane with Rita what the outcome was of the subpoenas. They had 86 non-filer letters and 71 subpoenas were mailed. They identified $8,660 in liabilities and collected $754 to date. The cost of the program was $568, and the remaining balance will be billed, picked up for collections, and accounts that do not pay will be recommended for legal action. So they were able to identify $8,660.
Wasn't hardly worth
So you got a net gain of $200, right, all that effort?
And then she
This stuff's
sent
probably
me-
non-collectible then, is what they're saying, or?
No, they just, it's in the process of being billed. They just, nobody probably showed up here, they didn't say how many came, I didn't work that day, so I don't know what the outcome was when they had people coming in here.
I didn't ask, I popped in and out to make sure they were safe and everything was working, and that was it.
So then, the option again is for, if you guys want Alex, she said the non-responders list, which she gave me, and we could give him the addresses and stuff. If you guys wanna pursue them criminally by the village, then you can let Alex know and we'll do what we gotta do for that, so.
And if you, and because I think the way you passed your ordinance to do it, if you are going to chase them criminally, that's something that the prosecutor's office will do.
Right.
Because they're handling all of that for you guys. If you want to try to sue them another way, which that's, you could do that, you're not gonna get it much better. That's gonna be expensive and long and drawn out.
I think we'd still the prosecutor,
Yep.
let them do it.
Let them deal with it, because they'll charge them with two things. They'll charge them with non-filing of their return, and they'll charge them for non-payment. And normally what will happen is they come in and they pay, and then it all kind of goes away, but you made them pay.
Yeah, that's probably the best course of action, from my perspective. You guys agree or disagree, or?
I agree.
You're out nothing by turning that over.
No,
Yeah.
Right.
no, it doesn't cost us
Nope,
anything.
you're out nothing. That's
So
why
do
you
we
have
have
to
to make
pay.
a motion to do that or anything?
Yeah. I think
I
it
make
should
a
be
motion that we turn all 9, what is it,
responders.
non-responders over to the prosecutor's office for further
That might be worded at some point.
Action.
action.
For criminally?
Yeah,
Non-payments turned into that.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Motion carries.
Linda?
yes,
Bill?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yeah.
Steve?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
you're a baby out there.
Yeah. I don't know whose baby it is.
I bet it's
Craig's gonna have a
Smalley's.
baby.
Smallies.
That's Oliver's.
Okay, I'm supposed to have a Department
Who's?
of Commerce letter of liquor
Oliver
permits.
who?
Let me see if I can find that
Wait a
somewhere.
minute.
Somebody that's marrying a Smalley.
Oh, yeah.
The Department of Liquor?
Yeah.
I don't know what
Says
it was.
Department of Commerce at the top.
This one.
Oh, one says liquor? Okay. that's what we want.
Liquor.
Basically, this letter is just saying that if you guys have any objections to anyone in town renewing their liquor permit, there's information on this letter of who to contact if you.
There's
don't
only
want to
one,
do that.
isn't it?
I didn't see that.
Well, they probably have one at the gas station too,
Yes.
right?
Oh, gas station? Okay.
The Legion will have one.
Legion's outside the village.
That's out of town, okay, so
So
you
we
DG's
just,
out of town.
got the Blue Eagle.
be just the Blue
just
Eagle
the
and
two.
the gas station.
Yeah, that's about it.
Cause Dollar General doesn't sell beer, do they?
Yeah,
They do,
but that's out of town.
They're outside of town, okay. So
So,
it's just those
so
two.
the village people have the right to protest this if they want
Yes.
to. That's all that really is,
And you
right?
guys do too.
Okay. So, okay, that's, okay. Okay, reallocation of monies. What is that about?
I gave everyone a copy, looks like this.
Okay, I'll read this here.
Okay, and here's the widget jigger.
Okay. Yeah, we had to reallocate money, 11/7/2018 park fund, $100 moved from dues and fees into supplies and materials. 11/13 water operating fund, we had to move, 4,000 from repairs and maintenance into other personal services. And $100 was moved from repairs and maintenance into Medicare to pay bills. Sewer operating fund, 4,000 was moved from repairs and maintenance into others, personal services for payroll. $100 was moved from repairs and maintenance into Medicare to pay bills. 11/20 water operating fund, 1,000 was moved from repairs and maintenance into operations.
Overs.
Opers, okay. Sewer fund, sewer operating fund, 1,000 was moved for repairs and maintenance into Opers. 11/27 water operating fund, 500 was moved from repairs and maintenance into other personal services for payroll. And sewer operating fund, 500 was moved from repairs and maintenance into other personal services for payroll.
And these are all due to, it's the end of the year, so the money gets real
Reallocated.
short. But with, John and Dave being approved for the weekend pay now, and then Carolyn, with the overtime she had with the scanning and stuff like that, that's what most of this is from. So I, for my temporary appropriations, I got more figured into it for this coming year, but this was already done when I did these.
So I need a motion
Yeah.
to
Here's
reallocate
the
money.
ordinance,
Pardon?
here's the ordinance that goes with it, Scott.
Okay, let me figure out that.
No, we don't need that yet.
You
I
don't
just
need that yet?
I just need a motion to approve these, that I reallocated the monies.
Okay,
I'll make the motion to reallocate the monies.
I'll second.
Joyce,
Yeah.
Linda,
Yes,
Bill,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
motion?
Stuff all straight here. Okay, now I need ordinance 2018-09. Oh my gosh, we found this sucker in there. Okay, ordinance,
No, it'll be 19, or not 19, but 9.
Oh, nine.
Oh, 9. There it is.
this one here?
Yep,
Okay, I gotta read this here, right?
you can just read the top.
Okay, ordinance, what was the number here?
2018-09.
Okay, an ordinance accepting the attached temporary appropriations for the fiscal year 2019 and declaring an emergency.
I'll make the motion to declare an emergency.
I need motion to suspend rules.
I make motion to
Will you do that,
suspend
Linda?
Yeah,
Okay,
I forgot
second.
that came first. I'm sorry.
Need a second?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes,
Steve?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yeah,
Scott?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Motion to declare an emergency?
I will.
Second.
I'll second
you can.
it. Oh, sorry.
I'll second it.
Smack me.
Joyce?
Yeah,
Linda?
Yes.
Rob?
No, I get
Yes.
called.
Steve?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Motion to adopt?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Steve?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Joyce?
yeah.
Rob?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
And then I'll have 2 copies here for you to sign after. Scott?
Today's first day of December, right? Today's the 4th. Yeah, today's the 4th. Because my baby
Jackson.
had a
Okay, I got the,
ball game today. I couldn't go.
okay, the next item on the agenda is Jackson Township fire contract.
Who did he just tell us he got the money from?
Jackson Township.
Jackson.
Jackson,
Yeah.
their second, yeah, for the
And then,
year.
no, Liberty will give us a check then too, right?
Yeah.
Pretty
If they
soon.
haven't already.
I
If
haven't
Liberty
got it
give-
yet, it's usually in
Okay.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll give it to us sometime this month.
Yeah, okay.
So what I have right here is, I got a, dear Mayor, enclosed are 2 copies of the fire contract between Jackson Township and the Village of Betsville for 2019 for review and signatures. Please return 1 copy to us after you have fixed the necessary signatures. Prior to issuing any payment to you in 2019, we will need to have copies of your OBWC certificate and your certificate of insurance on file confirming you have coverage in 2019. Thank you for your advance for whatever's request. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact us, so,
And Michael probably has all that.
yeah.
How much was it for this year?
Okay.
They give us a raise at all, or pretty much the same?
How much was it, Angel? How much was it?
It's on there, I don't have a copy with me.
You can probably look here where it's at.
Okay.
It was 28,225
Yeah,
last-
28,225.
So same.
Yeah,
And there's
about the
semi-annual
same then.
payments for 14
14,
to be paid on June and December
yep,
of next,
So
of
same.
next year.
cool.
So if I can get a motion to accept that, to approve the contract.
So moved.
Second.
Linda?
Yep,
Joyce?
Yeah.
Rob?
Yes.
Scott?
he can't vote.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bill?
Yes,
Steve?
Yes.
I'm worded.
Slowly.
And then that's the one, Scott, I need 2 witnesses.
Okay, so I just put pro temp, is what I do in here?
Yep, that's what Linda says you do.
Yep,
And then the solicitor needs to sign both copies too.
and then 2 of us to be
Yep.
witnesses, correct?
Both copies, yep,
Yes.
there's 2 copies. 2 witnesses, Scott, and then
Mayor
the
Pro Tem.
solicitor.
Bruce, I mean, you know.
You didn't know that before yet?
Bad booze.
I kinda felt funny last night when he called me, he started giving me all the stuff I was supposed to be doing, but
Gee, you didn't tell you till last night?
No.
And I knew about it 2 days ago?
what does that tell you? You're more important than I am.
No, you just,
wanna
you
give
were,
him a chance to
I
say
wasn't the object of the setup. You were.
You two planned it pretty well, didn't you?
No, he just told me, he said, Scott's gonna be, cause I got a Christmas party to go to with my wife. What'd he tell you?
That's what he told me.
Yeah, holler with you, see him. But he knew 2 days ago.
And, I guess I can talk about the audit, I guess.
Who do you want witnesses, or what you get?
Well, it just doesn't.
Warm bodies.
Warm bodies,
Bodies?
as long as you're breathing, sign it.
I'm reading it. Be a witness.
The witness.
Cheers. What's that song?
Which one?
You're a witness, it's got witness in it. We won't know. I know for a home movie, so I don't care. Kind of Christmas cheer.
I was gonna say, was it made in this century or?
Yeah, some of
Okay.
them were made in this century. I'm getting ideas for decorating my house, that's what I'm doing.
Dean Martin, got it all done
No.
there.
Garland in a loop.
No, I got to watch Wizard of Oz the other
So
night.
there you
that's
go.
it. They let me
The
watch
magic of
Wizard.
Technicolor.
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing I wanna talk about is the 2016 and 2017 audits we just went through. Gray Lightning. You guys get a copy that sent to you in your emails?
I
Have a
got,
chance to
they
read
all got
that stuff?
copies of their.
Oh, yeah.
I've got copies.
Okay, so was there any surprises to anybody?
I just got one, so I,
Okay. And basically, a lot of it's, if I went through, as I read through it, I went through both documents, basically, it was backup procedures, so we're not really backing our computers up like we need to be, right?
Okay.
And stuff's supposed to be off-site, that kind of thing, so we gotta put a procedure in place to deal with that, so that they're in separate buildings, so we don't use them both at the same time,
I
those kind of
see.
things, right?
okay.
Uh,
I get it.
Another big issue was some security administration, computer passwords and that kind of stuff that we in corporate have to deal with all the time. Every 15 days, I gotta change my password, all that good stuff. You know, so we don't really have a procedure for setup for doing that. We've gotta put something together for that. With budgeted receipts and disbursements, there's some work there for procedures and stuff that we need to tighten it up a little bit. So they're asking us to try to make sure that we have solid procedures and how we're supposed to funnel the money and how we're, control it a little better what we're doing. So we're not firm enough in our procedures. Let's see, fire contract, the township, and they were saying they're, here again. The states that Liberty Township will pay the village 40% of the Liberty Township Fire District fund balance of approximately $20,400 per year. There was no documentation provided to the village showing the Liberty Township Fire District fund balance without verifying the amount paid to, supporting documentation, and that kind of stuff, so they want that. So it's gotta be like proof of receipts and all that stuff, you gotta have some kind of a voucher system and everything back and forth, so all that works right. Another thing that they had some questions about procedures was village ordinance 2013-18 approved a 3% annual cost of living increases for all village employees excluding elected officials in February. And the official officer was given a pay raise in excess of the cost of living increase retroactively effective January 1st, 2016. Then the official officer then also received a 3% annual cost. So the ordinance does not state that, so they're saying it wasn't defined in the ordinance, so if we're gonna do something like that, we gotta make sure that that's documented. So that's what they're saying to us, right?
Other than just in the minutes, it's gotta be done.
Yeah, right, and then the other thing, the agreement we made with Old Fort School for snow removal, that was another issue, right? That we didn't really have a
Contract.
No,
there's a
they
contract, but
didn't,
we're not, we
they
didn't
didn't
pay.
pay us.
They didn't pay us, it went the wrong place, and had to get traced down and went the wrong place.
When I got a hold of the new treasurer, the old
Yeah.
treasurer, they had switched treasurers.
Yeah,
And I think it got filed away with the payment instead of
Yeah.
making copies like I do upstairs
yeah,
to carry it through each year.
so we just gotta
We
make sure.
got that taken care of.
Yeah, we gotta just stay on top of that stuff, let
Yeah.
them do these things for the contract, because that was really a benefit to the school when we did this, right?
Yep, I got a copy in my thing now, so.
Right, because
I
that's why we
won't
did
miss
it, because that was the right thing to do for the community,
Yep,
right? But we didn't do it quite right, so lessons learned, right?
yes.
Utility adjustment policy, the village should have a written policy outlining who's authorized to make adjustments to the utility bills, accounts, and what the allowable reason for adjusting would be. So we don't have a procedure, a defined procedure in place. So it's just, a lot of this is just housekeeping, right? Trying to get, so that it's more formal structure on how things are supposed to be handled. It's like all of us businesses are going through, every time you turn around, there's, the accounting groups want you to do certain things, and more black and white. You can't be quite as flexible as it used to be when we were in the old systems, so. But other than that, I think, when I read, I didn't see any compliance issues. And, you know, I was surprised exactly how much, you know, total amounts of assets that the village has when you look at everything. It's, you know, what was it, $38 million or what it was? It was, it's a sizable amount of money. When you figure out roads, you know, the roads and the firehouse and all the property.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, but you know, and the sewer system and the water system and all that stuff, you know, but it all adds up. I mean, it's like, if you had to replace that, or, you know, look what it costs just to repair a road. So it's like, you don't, until you see the numbers, like, you just don't realize, you know, that's what's there, you know, it's like, oh my God, you know. So it kind of, even though I thought, I was aware of some of the stuff, you just don't realize what the real number is until you actually see it, so,
So all in all, we did pretty well.
yeah,
They're really good.
yeah, yeah, so,
We were even complimented
yeah,
by her when she was here.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough, I mean, you know, because of the compliance laws, they change all the time.
But is there
It's-
anything in there that they can find to turn us in again?
You know, anyway, the frustrating part about that whole thing, and I think we can all be honest with you, I mean, that whole thing cost the village a lot of money. But
Yes.
it didn't do anything positive for the village at all.
No.
And it just wasted a lot of
Money,
labor,
it
effort.
cost us money, at the time, it cost the town money to go through this. We wouldn't have had to go through it because of a simple, you know.
Well, and the frustrating part about the whole thing is that you're already paying for audit anyhow,
Yeah.
every year that you're going through all this stuff, they're looking for,
Well, actually, she was telling us how we can apply for, to get
AUP.
out of the audit and save that money. But as soon as one person makes a complaint, you're stuck.
Yeah.
And she said we could possibly qualify for an AUP, which is agreed upon procedures, which is a lot less. And that's what I was gonna tell you guys, in our agreement before we started the audit, they told us it would not exceed $17,384.
Lord have mercy.
Well, I think I have my final bill now, and I totaled it up to let you guys know, it's $17,343. So they didn't exceed it.
and it's amazing how much money it costs to do that, right?
But it could have been half of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said with how this one went, next time we could do a AUP, depending on complaints.
And that's with them giving us the benefit of the doubt, because there was a number of complaints that they just wrote off as,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
people trying to start trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've had that same complaint so repetitious from the same person. So if you're gonna have those kind of troublemakers in here, it's gonna happen.
You know, and the problem is, it doesn't really benefit the community at all, right? I mean, that's,
No, as a matter of fact, it stops us from doing things that that person may want us to do.
right,
Yeah, because you could put that money towards something else.
yeah. But that's the public life we're in, so we just have to deal with
It
it.
is, it is, it is.
Okay, the next issue on the agenda is the 303 Union Street Water and Sewer Assessment. I'm not really sure what
And
that
I'll
is.
go ahead and explain that.
Okay,
We received the final letter from the Court of Common Pleas in Seneca County, and the Village of Bettsville will not be receiving any monies. Did you get the total?
No, I did not.
Okay, we won't be receiving any monies for the water and sewer that was tax assessed on that property. So,
I'll just have to get a calculation like we had done with a couple other properties in the past, and we'll have to write it off.
okay.
so do
Now,
you
when-
want them to approve it, or you need a dollar amount?
We gotta have a dollar amount. I'm gonna have to get a dollar amount for the 123 state that they tore down too. We'll have to do that one also.
So we'll
Didn't
take
we have
that.
some kind of a deal where if they sold a house or whatever, you know, that the,
It didn't bring in
that
enough.
stuff,
When we were so
It
far
didn't
down the
bring in
totem pole
Yeah,
oh,
on who was getting paid.
Yeah, it didn't bring in enough
Really?
money.
Okay.
yeah, it goes by
oh, I see.
certain things and need.
I always thought that sewer and water had to be included in the sale of the houses
Well,
and
it does,
stuff.
I think, but since it was a sheriff's sale,
You
Yeah,
Oh,
get,
I see,
that
that's
stuff
different.
strips off if you.
we're on the low end of the totem pole.
Okay.
so we'll table that to next meeting.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. The next one, it says sewer special assessment fund closed. Maybe
Yes,
explain on that.
when I was working on my temporary appropriations, we had no, fund money in that sewer special assessment fund.
Okay.
And John said we might as well just close it, and I talked to Julie, and she said just get a vote from you guys, a motion to do it, so then if we ever wanna reopen it, we can do that.
Okay.
The way that fund was set up, we were allowed to spend money out of it, but we were not allowed to put
Put
anything back
anything in
in.
it. Yes.
That was when everyone paid their, whatever it was, the tap-in fee. That all went into that sewer special assessment fund and could only be spent on stuff for the wastewater treatment plant.
We've used that all up now, so.
Well, it's been in almost 15 years.
Right.
so I just need a
I'll
motion.
make a motion, we close the deal, okay?
I'll second it.
Joyce,
Yeah.
Bill,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Well done, yeah, I'd
Yes,
say well
finally.
done. I was
Well,
curious to see if we're gonna go down that road again.
You actually did vote on it.
Yeah, and I looked at him, I said, you're not supposed to vote.
Right down to the last item.
There you go, I'm slow, just so you guys know. I'm trying, you know.
You gotta keep me on track, it's a habit.
I'll start to train you better.
Well, he's gotta give me more than 24 hours notice. He wants me to- So anyway, okay.
Oh, 24 hours, wow.
Yeah, so the last thing we need to talk about, okay, is gift cards, some for Lee, Jerry, and Jim for mowing the yard and stuff out the park this year, like we did in the past. So Gary had written down here, $200 for Lee, $100 for Jerry, and $100 for Jim. Does anybody have any issues with those, or? You guys want to make a motion for that, or?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Joyce,
Yeah.
Linda,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
She didn't even ask me anymore, she don't care.
Nope.
What is that here?
That was in my pile. No, on the agenda, so we don't know.
Yeah, we can't do anything there right now, so. We were voting, yeah, we talked about that.
Okay, well, I just know,
Yeah.
but we need an ordinance.
I had to type that up so we'd have it just in case.
So do we need to do that now, John, or are we
You
doing?
can't
No,
do
you can't do
anything.
it.
Okay.
You can't do it.
I got-
We were voted on that, so.
You gotta have 3/4 of the vote to do anything.
Okay.
Anybody?
Adjourn.
Oh,
Is that, you're talking about this one?
This,
So what does that mean?
What do you mean?
sewer and water. 3%
You only had
they-
3 people
Okay.
say yes. You can't-
So what did we
Wait, wait,
pass
wait,
and
wait,
what
wait,
did-
wait.
what did we pass?
You didn't pass anything.
okay,
It
one
was
thing
3
at
to
a
2.
time. It's not, one thing at a time here.
So she doesn't get a raise?
No.
Jesus Christ. Might as well not even come to this meeting.
Okay, anyway, go back to what you were saying now, Bill.
That 3% we always add on the sewer and water every year. And that put a freeze on it with it.
I think we have to, right now we have an ordinance stating that 3% goes on here. Am I correct, John?
Yes.
That's right.
They've been
So,
getting that for quite a long time, too.
yeah, so I think you guys want to revisit that, so we'll have to have a discussion about that. Bring it table, just- And so is that something we need to start talking about and how we're gonna handle that, or how would you guys like to do that?
I am not happy at all.
That, I think it can be done with a motion. You'd have to ask Alex about
To suspend your ordinance? Or you could also do if you wanna suspend it for a specific amount of time or a specific year, you could probably just do an ordinance addressing that year. Like if you wanna say, put a 3-year freeze on the 3%, you could do that, you could repeal the ordinance, you could,
I think your budget committee should look into it prior to,
I'd like to deal with an ordinance with an ordinance.
gotcha. Yeah, I'm just saying, your budget committee should go through those funds.
Make sure that's what you wanna do.
Making a decision
That's how I
on
would do it. And think about how long you wanna suspend it, how long, if you wanna repeal it, suspend it, whatever you wanna do with it.
Because you do that in February, right?
Mhm.
So you could do
So
it
we
at the
can
January
still
meeting.
visit this in January
Right.
and
Absolutely.
get it done.
So we need to put it on the agenda.
Yeah.
We need to have it on the agenda for next month.
But in the meantime, whoever's gonna take a look at that money stuff, make sure that's what you wanna do.
Yeah, I'll have to do that, so I'll look at it, and I'll sit down with Angela, and we'll talk about it, and John, and just so we understand where we're at, make sure we can finance all things that we're liable for. Make sure that we're approved when we make the decision. Because I agree, we've got, we've got, we've been going 3%, 3%.
I don't even think that you absolutely have to say, I'm gonna suspend it for a year, 3 years. You can reduce it.
Yeah, you can do 1%, you can do whatever you want.
I mean, so take that into account when you look at that. Can we get by with 2% or whatever and do it that way?
Cause people will be happy even if you don't repeal it, they'll be happy with
It's-
1% instead of 3.
Yeah, we'll say, we have to look at the numbers and make sure that it doesn't create an issue for us, and then we'll bring information to the council, and we can make a judgment on it, and then just make sure everybody's in agreement with what we decide to do. Yeah, because I know I've been listening to what you've been saying for a few months or whatever, and as that was everybody else, so we just, but at the same time, we still gotta make sure that we're,
We gotta be able to operate stuff, but then if we can't, then we're gonna have to look at alternatives.
right. Okay, any other questions or new business or anything? Motion to adjourn?
I so make.
Meeting, boys.